So hello guys. So in today's lecture we're gonna cover the loops. Okay. So mainly there are two types of loops. Okay. One is your for loop and another one is your while loop. Okay. So first is your loop need. Okay. So why I need loop? Okay. What is the need for loop? Okay. The thing is that loop helps us in can say like reducing the number of commands. Okay. Number of instructions. Okay. Say of repeating tasks. Okay, if a task is repeating, okay, say for a value. Okay, so say I need to print. Okay, so I need to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, so what I can do, instead of just printing from 1 to 10, okay, which is a repeating task using the same printf function, I'm just use a variable that goes on a loop. Okay, so that goes on a loop. Okay, until that loop is satisfied. Okay, it will continue. Okay, so in this case I just put a condition here, I is than 10. So till this loop is satisfied, it will go inside, travel inside this loop, and it will execute this command. Okay, which is printf. Okay, printf of I. Okay, and I'm just incrementing the argument. So initially it starts from 1, then I plus plus means after the execution it will increment. So 1 to 2. If I just give plus plus I means before the arguments itself, before the execution itself, your I becomes your 2. Okay, so I becomes 2, then your 4 like that. Okay, so that is your this one need for your looping. Okay, then next is that the two types of loop. One is your for loop and another one is your while loop. Okay, so in for loop what we have, it is used when you know the looping. I can say number of loops I will have. Okay, if there is any fixed number of loops. Okay, so the main thing is that you have the for condition for init initialize, then we just put that it is less than 4 or it is greater than 4 like that, then it will just plus plus plus. Okay, so till this condition it will execute. Okay, so that is your for loop. In while loop what happens, instead of putting a fixed part, okay, that till 1 to 4 the loop will be continuing, I am continuing the loop till a certain statement is valid. Okay, so let's say here my statement is that my count should be less than 4. Okay, so until the statement is valid, the loop will continue forever. Okay, so if I just can see if I just put while 1. Okay, so while 1 means while is already true, so this loop will continue forever. Okay, so here, so that's the thing. So while can be used when we don't know the looping range. Okay, so if I know the range, okay, say it starts with, I need to loop the program for 10 times. Okay, so let's say I need to blink a LED. Okay, so I'm using a function to blink a LED for 10 times. That time I will use for loop. But for another case, okay, I need to blink the LED until I press a switch. Okay, so that is when I use a while statement. Blink forever till the switch is on. The switch or the button switch is pressed. Okay, so that's when I will use my while loop. Okay, so these are the two types of loop. Now we're going to see in coding, okay, how we can able to create a for loop and a while loop. Okay, Okay, so let me just go to the code. Okay, so now, so this was the previous thing. Just remove these things. Okay, now I just need to create a for loop. Okay, so I just going to create for int I is equal to 0. Okay, I should be less than 10, I plus plus, I plus plus, give a bracket. Now I just put printf, okay, percentage d, okay, comma I. Okay, so simple command. Okay, okay, so here I just remove this enum. Okay, okay, now we just have a simple code. Okay, just debug this. Let's see. Yeah, no errors. Now I just go there, so we'll get a print. Okay, okay, yeah, we just need to put a next line. Okay, next line command. Okay, so that just comes 1 2 3 like that. Okay, not just print in the same line. Okay, so now just go there. Okay, so just bring this one. Yeah, so I can see, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so till this part you just continue. Okay, so till I just given the statement 10, so it just starts from 0 to 9 times, not 9 times, I think 10 times this loop will continue. Okay, so that is your for loop. Okay, then you just do while loop case. Okay, okay, so int I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5. Okay, so printf number, just put percentage d, next line, comma I. Okay, okay, or here I just put int input. Okay, I just put printf enter the number. Okay, just put enter the number. Okay, and I just put int I is equal to 0, like that I'm put. Okay, so here, so what I'm going to do, the user will decide the number. Okay, so I've just put scanf. Okay, so scanf percentage d and the address of your input. Okay, percentage d and the address of the input. So what happens, so the user will enter a number. Okay, so that number till that part. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, so the user will set the parameter. Okay, so till that, if I just put 5, this loop will run for 5 parts. If I just put 10, it will run for 10 times, like that. Okay, so let me just wait a second. Okay, so let me just use another get char, because I'm giving 2 parts. Okay, so let me just debug this. Okay, close this part, open it again. Okay, so let me just open it. so I just enter the number as 5, the number 0, 1, 2. Okay, just need to put this one. Let me just close this. Okay, now just it's bugging. Yeah, so let me just run it again. Okay, so the number is 0, 1, like that you can see. Okay, so this is when I put 5. Now if I just put 10, I just put 10 here, so it runs till 10. Okay, so this is your while loop. Okay, and generally we use while one, okay, as a way to run our loop. Okay, so we just use embedded, so we have this while one which makes the loop run indefinite. Okay, so we just say, yeah, so we need, say if you're just debugging into the sensor mix, let's say you're just putting in the code into your microcontroller, so that will run forever, right? So let's say blinking, you just blink it forever, right? Or your sensor measurement, that will be blinking forever. So here I use sensor, the sensor won't blink it for say 10 times, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, like that. No, right? It will be blink it forever, and you'll just find, let's say if I just use a sensor, okay, and just using this condition, okay, threshold, this threshold I will give it somewhere else. Okay, just go to put LED on. Okay, so these are like just giving some example. Okay, else I just put else LED off. Okay, just a simple code. So if I just put it in your controller, means what happens? Okay, so if I just put this command, means what happens? Okay, so if I just use this command, what happens? The sensor will work, and till the threshold is reached, the LED will be off. If it is if the threshold is reached, the LED will be on. So this will happen indefinite till the morning, till the evening. So there is no time. If I just put if, means it just takes 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, like that. It will just take the seconds, and the code will automatically close, right? So that is the use of your while loop. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this class. Okay, so here we covered your for loop. Okay, we covered what is loop, why we need loop, and we find the two types, for and while. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you.